Hello and welcome to the Gaming Joy channel. My name is Josh, this is Gaming Joy channel, and we are going to start up on Highlands Fishing Expansion. Now, I actually have... Apparently there's an update. What? Let's make sure this is the right resolution. Is it the right resolution? Nope. There we go. Back. Oh, look, it has a new screenshot. That's super cool. Not really. Lame. This is how I change my settings. Anyways, let's jump into it and get started. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a new save game, and then we're going to do another new save game if we get to it. Now, we might do this as like episode 0 or episode 1 or whatever of the new blah, 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 go away Steam, of the new Highlands Expedition. Now, I have been radio silent on this expansion. And also I've been like blinder mode, right? Blinder mode in that I didn't want to see anything about it or too much about it before I see it for myself, right? I didn't even know there was a new splash page because I haven't looked into it at all. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come in here and we're going to create a new save game. I'm just going to do new farmer mode, blah, 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 blah. Kinlag. How do you pronounce it? Kinlag? Kinlog? Kinlog? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're just going to do new farmer mode and go from there. And then we'll probably do a new save game to start the special thingamabob. But I like this splash screen. I like the artistic nature of the splash screens that Giants does. It's one of the few... they put a lot of time into the artwork of their maps versus a lot of people just take a screenshot of their maps from somewhere on the map and then like apply a Photoshop filter on it, which is, you know, Giants put the effort in some things. Not all the things, but some things. I'm just going to play with the same... Whatever, I don't care. I'm just going to play with the same fonts that I've been playing... The same fonts? The same mods that I've been playing with on the Can You Survive series. I literally copied my mod folder because I don't want to think about mods right now. I just want to think about playing the game. So we're going to be loading the same mods we've been playing. We might adjust things when we actually play this series for more European-ish machinery. Maybe this will be my chance to use the Mercedes stuff. Might as well, right? If we're going to be on a Euro map, might as well. So we're going to do that, right? And we'll go from there. And what machinery I use will just depend on what I feel like and how we like the map or whatever. So I did watch a little bit of Bruce's stream today and asked him a bunch of questions to see if he had tested some stuff, and he had actually tested and knew a lot of the answers for the questions I asked. And there's a lot to see from what I've, like, the few, like, 20 minutes or so that I've watched. And a lot of it bothers me, honestly. A lot of it is like, it just irks me in that little annoying way, where Giants has put a lot of effort into the environment, into the traffic, into the new productions, into the new things you can do. But then at a high level, it feels like it falls short, falls flat, just doesn't go all the way. And it's a little bummer to me. So, but I don't know anything about it. I don't even know where you start. I don't know anything about it. So let's just go in, jump in, and do our map tour the way we kind of normally do our map tour. And here we go. We start off with a special tractor, actually. This New Holland T820 is a new tractor, actually. That livery, I think, is new. We got a couple... Sweet. Game's crashing already. I literally just walked into the game. Wow. Let's try running it with no mods, I guess. I don't even know what that is. That's a stupid Lua error. What the heck? What the hell? We're going to run it with only Giants mods. We're not going to add mods at all. I don't know what's causing that. Hoot nanny. But initially, we're going to run it with almost nothing. Hey, Joseph. Joseph, how are you? Hey, Bruce, actually, since you're here, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming along. I have a question for you. Do you know why, when I was watching your stream, you had normal usernames in your chat? But on my stream, when I have the live chat view open in my OBS, it's showing usernames, not like the display names, but the actual usernames. Do you know why? Is it because I'm the one who's streaming? All right, let's try again. Kinleg, no intro tour. Continue. Deselect all. Don't select Straw Harvest because it's a piece of crap. We're going to select MacDon, Highlands, and that's it. And we'll go a couple ones we know are safe, like my Black Editions is safe. Batwing is safe. EDC is safe. My fill stations are safe. Yep. I do want Lumberjack and player movement. And store deliveries for that matter. And then we'll do the rest of it later. Anyways. I don't know why my chat is all wonky wonk. I haven't been able to figure it out. I'm assuming it's a setting somewhere. But or why I'm in like the non-fan club. By the way, that error that I was getting is happening on all maps. I actually have it since the 1.13 patch. I've been crashed. I've got my first few game crashes, like full on game, like quit to the desktop crash. Never had it happen before the 1.13 patch. Since then, I've only had about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of gameplay. Had 3 crashes. I don't know what's up, but something's up. So I've just been avoiding it and playing other games. Hey, Mr. T-Bone, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. I'm having a ton of fun on your map, by the way. But be forewarned, I am going to modify the hell out of it. I'm going to make it into a forestry map. It's going to be pretty fun. So if you haven't seen that series, check it out. Haven't recorded a new episode for it just because I've been not doing good and a little bit sick. So, and I'm still a little bit sick. So pardon me if I sneeze or cough or whatever while I'm demoing. Okay, here we go. This is the new farm. And let's just look at it. Let's just look at it. I will note, so just looking at this farm, what I can see from where I spawned in. Number one, I'm happy that I spawned in a parking lot and not like the way Giants likes to have you, or you spawn like this facing a front door. Like, I'm happy that I actually spawned out in a parking lot looking at a tractor. That makes me happy. Hey, Farm Garage, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in. And if I'm saying your full username, I'm very sorry. If your username says something else, I don't know. For some reason, my chat is foobar. I don't know what's going on. Shut up. Damn. Sheep. Oh, they give me all black sheep. That's nice. That fits my mantra. Perfect. I like this little silo thingy. I guarantee it doesn't do anything, but I like it. I will probably try to figure out how to get it or not. It's a nice silo thing. I like this like dribble setup where it dribbles out to the ground. That looks pretty cool. But anyways, what do I think? I think I like the texture. I like the way the houses look. I like the details. I like the ivy climbing the houses. The houses are not very much repetition of texture. They look very authentic and very nice. They are still using that 3D parallax interior view thing, and you can't walk into them, which is super lame. Giants, put some effort in and actually make houses you can go into. Seriously. At this day and age, at this level of gameplay, the fact that you've been doing this for so long, why is it only the modders who can make houses you can go into? That's stupid. Giants, make houses you can go into. Come on. Stupid lazy bums. Anyways, looks like we got a new grass texture. Oh, this grass texture will actually work pretty. Some of the pieces of this grass texture might work really well for the prairie grass. And we'll have to take note. Anyways, I like the detail on the rocks and the rock texture going up the thing. And the fact that rocks kind of stick out. I do like this. I like these rock walls. I know they're just objects, but I like how it like has that extra detail. The other thing I like here is this. I like how they have a pallet trigger thing, and then a animal trigger thing, and then a food trigger thing. So like pallets will spawn here, food goes in here. I like how they've kind of moved that direction with the icons and actually have an icon that for pallets, for pallet spawning. I like that. I haven't noticed that in other maps, but maybe I'm just blind. And I also like the little details, like the little rocks on the ground and like the pavement. This pavement is very varied, but it looks legit. It's also not perfectly flat. You kind of notice that? It's a little bit of a slope here. That's nice. That's nice. Very nice. We've got... Oh, wow. Holy crap. Look how, like, hilly and varied the terrain is in these forests. Holy crap. I like it. This is the way I'm going to do forests, right? I'm going to do forests like this, where there's tons of shit on the ground, and they're not smooth, and they're not flat, and there's hills and ledges and ditches, and this is the edge of the map. What the hell? You know what I mean? Like that's the way I want to do forests. I don't want it to be like perfectly flat forests. I want it to be like varied. Where am I on the map? Let's look at the map. I haven't actually looked at the map yet. This is my very first time seeing this thing. So we are in this little farm area on the left side of the map. That's a cool place to start. Left center, kind of. I'm assuming the shape of the map is about here. So this is the bottom of the map, and up here and the water is the top of the map. That roughly fits the way I measure things in my brain. Which means you should be able to get to this island. You should be able to get up to about here in the water. But it looks like we start with a bunch of stuff. And they're learning. Look at this. Giants is learning. Look at that. Where one field lines up to the next field. And you own a border around each field. So you own the little grass, a little grass border they like to put on fields. And for these kind of fields, you own all the way up to the edge of the map. Holy crap. Holy crap. Giants has learned something. Look at this. You own all the way to the edge of the map. You can own the railway. You can own almost everything. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Can't own the BGA. That sucks. Looks like you can't own the water here. Or the town areas or whatever that is along there. But it looks like almost everything else you can't own the roads. Which means you can't plow them over, right? That's what Giants does all the time. But it does look like they have created all these areas of forestry, and there's not very many places except for like right here. Oh, never mind. There's not very many places you can't buy, which I think is cool. Oh, you can go in the house? What? No way. Is this the first house you can go in? Oh, it looked, because of the way the windows were, because of the way the windows are, in that like weird, like super, like seriously, Giants. Come on. Look at this. Okay. This texture, normal. This texture right here on the front face of the windows, super pixelated. This texture on the inside edge of the window frames, normal. The texture on the glass, super pixelated. Like that, it just looks shitty. Like, come on. You can't make textures that work right. But they did make it so you can go on this other. So I correct my statement. Thank you, Giants, for finally making a house that you can go into completely. That's part of the map. Is it placeable? Oops, JCB. Sorry, I didn't hit. I hit tab by accident. I didn't mean to. Anyways, there's the house. Nice. These sheds look kind of interesting. Here's like a workshop kind of thing for no reason. And here's this horse planter. Okay. And we have a sheep. We have sheeps, but they don't graze. That's a bummer. 32 sheep in this little barn. There's no grazing for the sheep. That's not very nice to the sheep. Like, you could at least graze them out here or something. And I bet these walls are not removable either. I own this land, right? I'm just like kind of going all over the place. Can I remove the walls? Enter demolition mode. B. Oh, you look at this. You can remove the walls. So they actually made this rock wall thing. Can I remove this? Boop. They made this rock wall thing is a fence. That's pretty smart. So yes, you can remove the walls. Good job. That's +1 for Giants. Now they're getting a couple +1s so far. We got a UK style trailer, Bunning, a new brand with a UK flag on it. That's nice. Nice touch. You got a skip. These are called dumpsters in the US, and apparently in the UK they're called skips or something like that. These are nice decorations. Caution wet floor, but it's not actually wet. Okay. Okay. Can I put the wall back? I'm not going to try. I can restart my game, start a new save, and the wall will come back. Fine, Eric, I'll try. Just for you. Welcome in, Eric. Thanks for being here. Container tools. I don't remember how to do... Does anyone remember how to do fences? Fences... Doop-a-doop-a-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Is this it? Nope, brushwood. There's a lot of fences. Is this it? Nope. Not that one. Is it this one? Oh, it is. It's this one. So let's put the fence back, because Eric told me to. We're going to go from here. Boop. 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 Close enough for bank work. At least the cows, at least the sheep won't get out. Yep. They can, you can put the fences back. So the fences are included. Highlands Fishing. We got a bunch of fence like types here, it looks like. These are all from this like from, gosh, where does it start? Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 fence types, including a hedge. Ooh, I like the hedge. That's actually a cool hedge. It's essentially like the hedges that people normally paint in with like the bushes. But it's actually a fence. That's cool. Anyways. Looks like we're starting the Massey. Yay. We got this cool barn looking thing, which I think is actually 2 pieces. I bet it's just this exterior barn and then these interior silage clamps. Right? Is that true? Here. Oh no, it's all one piece. It would have been nice if it was multiple pieces so that you could have I don't see any new sheds. I'm just browsing, but here's the shed. Nope, that's not it. The shed looks something like this, but it's different, which means you can't replace this shed. Or I don't think. Silo? Is it a silo? Kind of. It's not a silo. Silo extension? Nope. They do have this clamp thing that looks kind of cool. Manure heap extension that's part of this. Is there a manure heap? Yes. There's this manure heap right here and this manure heap building. So this manure heap building right here, boop, boop, you can place down. That's pretty cool. So there's some nice new buildings. These are all nice buildings, actually. Bulk haul. What the F? Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Look at this. This is mind-blowing. I've wanted this forever. Do you guys see what's happening? So this thing, right, is just a silo, right? Drive-through silo. This one actually pulls up the ground texture that you're placing it down on a like a hill, a slope thing. Look at that. So the way most mods today in 22 do this thing is they paint the ground, this thing, the piece that comes up as an object. It looks just like any other object, and it looks horrible. There's a couple of them that have been done, but they all look horrible. But look at this. This looks amazing because it just takes the texture of the ground straight up the wall. So whatever you have painted down underneath it, that is next level cool. I need to figure out how they did that. Look at that. That's pretty freaking cool. It's overlapping with another object. Can I put it right here? Flattening failed. I'm gonna flatten your fail. But Giant still hasn't figured out that people like to rotate things other than 90 degrees. You can kind of see what it's doing right here. It is a texture, but that's a pretty cool like thing. I want to figure out how they did that. That is very cool though. Anyway, sorry. That's a pretty cool thing that they include in the silos. And yeah. Anyways, so that we can place these things down. What is this? This looks like another bulk haul. I don't know. I think I've heard about this where you dump it in here and it shows up in piles in here. Which is cool. Definitely really cool. It does mean, because I've tried to do this. I've tried to do this for mods in 25, and it's not possible with the way the XML used to be coded. So I'd really like to know how they do this, where they can get, supposedly this works for 2 fill types. You put 1 fill type on the left, 1 fill type on the right, and when you already dump on the outside, just fills in there. Now I know how that works. I've done it in 25, but I've only ever been able to get it to work for 1 fill type because it's called a dynamic fill plane. So I would be really interested to see how they got it to support multiple dynamic fill planes for this grain shed, right? Because I think the way it works is you dump in here and then it shows up in here, I think. And then if you want to get it out, you have to come in here and scoop it out, right? I think that's how it's supposed to work. From the rumors that I've been hearing on Discord and stuff. So yeah. I do like the rusty nature of these sheds and the kind of decrepit look of the sheds and stuff like that. To me, that really appeals to me. That's pretty freaking cool. And I also want to say sorry to Looney, because Looney's been posting all kinds of Really awesome review videos all day long. If you haven't been watching Looney the Farm Guy, he's posted like 9 videos today just on the expansion. And he goes into details on the different sections and different stuff. But, oh, look at this. And he even has a fill pipe for the back of this shed. That's interesting. But check out Looney's videos. He goes into detail on each of the different sections. I'm going to gloss over things. And just because I'm looking at to see what I see as a modder and as a developer. But yeah, so I wonder if the silo pipe, so my question actually, and if you guys know the answer, would be, so if I'm dumping in there and it fills, it makes dynamic fill planes inside, and then I can come out here and get it out, can I manually, if I want to play realistically, can I back in and dump in here with a trailer and or scoop out of here with a front end loader? I'd like to know that. I don't know. I'm sure someone's tested it and tried to figure it out, but I don't know. So if you guys know the answer, please let me know. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for the support, Joseph. I greatly appreciate it. And I also know that there's a ton of other people who are also members of our channel, members of our Discord, and friends of the channel who are all streaming right now at the same time. I know Rex is streaming, Gold Gaming is streaming, looks like FSG is streaming, Farmer Klein is streaming. Lots of people are streaming, and they're all streaming this thing right now. And I greatly appreciate that you guys took the time to come in and watch my stream. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget the buttons down below, like, subscribe, all kind of fun stuff. Anyways, take a breath. That's funny, Joseph. My card just expired recently too, and they had to give me a new one. Now, is it just me, or is this brighter than normal? You know what I'm saying? Like, this looks a little bit brighter than normal. And how come I'm not pushing it down when I walk through it? I thought that was a feature. Ooh, look at this big, huge... This is a really big pen for... What the hell are these? This is a Highland cattle. I like the Highland cattle. They're funky looking. That's cool. I mean, I guess they have fur like that, so they can be more. They can weather the colder temperatures here, right? Yeah, it's bright. It's definitely brighter. I think you know what I think it is. I think it's just the lux. How do I describe lux? I think it's just the color temperature of the map. You know, different maps have different color temperatures at different times of day. I think this map just has a brighter color temperature. And if we went to noon, it would probably be like even brighter. Ronnie with the updated membership. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Thanks for coming along. The question is here, do I walk? I think I've walked the entire farm, haven't I? Yeah, so here we're at the edge of the farm. Let's look. Edge of the farm, am I? Yeah, I'm pretty much at the edge of our farm. And the edge of the farm, land that we own. We own this barley field, this sorghum field, these two fields, on this grass. Oh, let's look at the grass. We're going to go look at the grass field real quick. And then we're going to get into JCB, of course. And check out and drive around and check out the rest of the map. I might do a quick fly around first before I drive. No, I'm just going to drive. We can fly later. So up here, if I remember correctly, oh, I can turn my map on, can't I? Yeah, up here. Now, this is one thing I've mentioned on other maps, and looks like Giants is doing it too. If you look at this road, look at it. It's not perfectly smooth. This is something that I actually like. So that when you drive down this road, it's like rutted and bumped and stuff like that. But it looks like they didn't do it with their normal, I'm going to do a dirt road texture with tire tracks in it thing, which I actually prefer. I don't like tire tracks the other way. And here's the grass. This grass is standard base game grass. It's nothing special. I am liking the meadow, and I'm assuming this is the meadow here. But I don't know if this meadow, I would imagine the meadow is this brighter green part, not this part right here. Unless this brighter green part goes dry like this when it grows, I'd have to see it as we play, but that's what I would assume. And the hedges don't have collisions, which is typical for giants. And then this is barley. Oh, we own fields across the way over here too. We own 22 also, which is nothing. Super deep plowed roads. Plowed rows, not roads. And oh my gosh. This wheat like hurts your eyes. It's so bright. Like I have my red glasses on. It's super bright. I can see what you're talking about, Bruce. All right, let's check out the JCB 2000. 2000. How do you play this game? All right, cool. Gotta be 4-wheel steering. I mean, it's not crazy enough unless you have 4-wheel steering. All right, let's get out of here. Ooh, nice. It's a pretty fast startup time on the JCB. That's good. I like tractors with a fast startup time because you can just get in and go. Now let's see if the roads actually do the... Yeah, see, it's very slight. There's just a little bit of bumpiness on the roads. Just a little bit. And I like that. I don't need everything to be perfectly smooth. I like a little bit of bumpiness. And where are we going, actually? We'll go clockwise, I guess. Interesting. Do you see that? Look at that. Do you see that on the sign? Like you look at it straight on, it looks green and white. But if you look at it on the side, you see the kind of like rippled texture, which is normal for these signs. That's a cool effect. I'm probably the only idiot who noticed that. Here's our token Asian guy on the map. Nice. Ooh. I know it's just decorative, but that's a nice looking greenhouse. Right? That's a nice looking greenhouse. And a shed that doesn't open. But that's a nice looking greenhouse. I like the sight lines. Look at the hills. Look at the hills. This is like Silver Run, where it actually feeds my need for hills. Look at the hills. Nice hills. Really beautiful, like, distance scenery, sight lines, where you can see lots of stuff. We're on the left edge of the map, which means from here to those hills is the map, which is pretty crazy. I haven't even gotten close to the other side of the map. But I really like the sight lines. I like to be able to see for distances. I like that. I don't want to just perfectly flatness. You won't catch me. You won't catch me on a perfectly flat map. The grass, the normal grass, doesn't look too bad. One thing that I like about the grasses they're choosing here is, if you look, grass, meadow, grass, meadow. There isn't very much of a difference. It's not like a stark contrast, but it's enough to tell. I like that. The one thing I didn't like about the Alpine map, which is the Sri Lanka or European map, I guess, is that there's such a stark difference between the two grasses. To me, that was kind of poop. Oh, look, it's like a mini Stonehenge or something. That's, or what used to be a granary or something. Who knows? But even up here on these stupid pea fields or whatever this is, like the sightline you got there is pretty nice. I like it. The mountains and hills in the border are actually done well. I like that. It's done pretty well. I mean, Bullet Bill does it better, but Giants has done a pretty good job there. We do not have precision farming on, so this is just like what it looks like when everything is all weedy but sprayed. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna park the car because it's loud, or park the tractor because it's loud. I'm gonna walk. So we've got a dairy here, I assume. A dairy, more dairy. Nice. We have some kind of production facility with 3D garage doors. Canning facility or something. I'm gonna guess at everything. I have no idea because I haven't looked at this thing, but this logistics center east, so multiple logistics centers, electric charging, books and poems. What the hell? What? Books and poems. Oh, nice. I like the graffiti. The graffiti is a nice touch, but it's too perfect. Like, it definitely doesn't look like graffiti. It looks like a sticker on a wall. Like that one and that one. They don't look like graffiti. They look like stickers on a wall because the graffiti doesn't take the texture of the wall behind it. Like the three-dimensional texture of the wall behind it. Here or there. So, yeah, whatever. But you could... I mean, I like the idea of graffiti, but unless it actually looks like it's on the wall, don't bother. Because it just looks fake. Blue Men of the Mink. Books and poems. What is this? A sell point? It says pallets. An apothecary. What the hell? Is there a dump station in the back? No. Are those just sell points? So is that pallet thing just a sell point? Nice. Reliant Robin, sort of. Three-wheel car, Reliant Robin. Very UK. Anyways. You know, one thing I will say. This town... And if you guys watched my previous map tour, check the previous map tours. When I map toured Palinier, this gives me some Palinier vibes. Specifically this corner and like the cobblestone streets and the curbs and the buildings set back from the curbs with all the steps and stuff and the custom buildings and whatnot gives me a very Palinier vibe, especially even including the church here and the whatever in front of the church. Like, this feels like Palinier, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially with the height differences and stuff like that, and the way you can see through fences. It feels a lot like Palinier. Which I still haven't gotten a chance to play, but I don't really play this game anymore. So, because yeah, I've lost the touch. Maybe I'll get it back with this map, but this feels a lot like Palinier, which is a good thing, and that's a good thing. There's a severe lack of people walking around. Like, there's people out on the sidewalk, but this area is like people central. There should be people walking through here. Clothing point. Like the decorations. This is that hedge. This is that hedge thing that they did. And I do like the meadow, the wispy meadow grass. I kind of like that. Giant still hasn't figured out how to get people to walk up slopes. See how her toes are sticking into the ground. Am I sticking to the ground too? No, so this, see, if you look, I am for the most part on the ground. But the NPCs, the path of the NPC is like below the sidewalk, so I mean, they just haven't figured out how to get NPC paths to adjust to ground, just like we do for stickers and decals and stuff. They haven't figured out how to do that for the NPCs yet, which is whatever. They'll figure it out eventually. Nice car. Bruce was saying there's some new trees here too. This tree looks like one from 22. We had a tree like this in 22, but it wasn't as fat. And then this one too. Hey Bruce, did you ever figure out if these things were like, these things are forestry harvestable? They look a little too big to be forestry harvestable, but it might be just because I'm on foot. This one right here, probably not forestry harvestable, because look how thick those branches are at the top. Probably not. Like, yeah, maybe not. This one probably will be. Maybe this one. This is a spruce. I like the tree variations. Too bad no one else will be able to use these for like 2 years. So, yeah. Good job, Giants. Sucks that no one else is going to be able to use them because you guys don't like sharing. They're like that kid that you get yelled at in elementary school. Tommy, you're supposed to share with your friends. Like, come on, Giants, share. I bet these are just, these like random stores are just sell points for stuff. Like, what's this called? The Highland Hex board games. Let's find out what we sell at board games, because I'm sure it's super logical. No bulk crops. The farmer's kiosk. Can you sell bathtubs there? Oh, look, bathtub, barrel, bucket. Those are the stuff from Silver Run. That's cool. Can you sell coffee here? Can you sell cake here? No. What the hell do you sell this place? Why are you making me scroll? Books and poems. You can sell carton rolls and magic books and tricks. You can sell carton rolls to those places. So is this magic books and tricks? I bet it is. And they just don't have they don't understand how translations work. Where am I? Okay. This thing, board game. Oh my gosh. Pick a name. Glen Hatco, Big Farmer's Kiosk, Copy Shop, Seaside Restaurant, Books and Poems, Mistmore Oil, Wee Oak Bakery, and Nautical Gifts. Okay. But here in this menu, Books and Poems, we saw that. Magic Books and Tricks. Where's this? Where's Magic Books and Tricks? I bet I'm standing in front of it. Maybe not. I tagged it. Why isn't it tagged? Oh, it's over here. Okay, well, whatever. Apparently there's lots of little sell points that buy stuff just so they're gonna have more sell points. That's, I guess, cool or something. Okay. Whoa. Carton rolls? Carton rolls. If you sell it at the Magic Books and Tricks, carton rolls sell for $8,600 in easy mode. That's a ridiculous amount of money. I feel like these signs plastered are in the same pattern on every building. Community, like over here. No, they're not. They're just the same signs in every building. They only made like a dozen signs. Okay, cool. Bank of Kinlag. Got a little farmer's market thing going on here. We got weird avatars standing in the window. I can buy this at the tailor shop. 240 grand for the tailor shop? That's ridiculous. I like this. This is cool. Like, just a little bit extra flavor. Instead of just a town, we have a town with some construction going on. I like those little touches like that. I would not want to live in this building. That's a very small building. And don't jump off here because we got a train. Is there an actual train in here? There's got to be a train on this map. Let's see. Hey, McGarrett. Hey, semi-truck. What's your favorite color, may I ask, please? Color for what, semi-truck? Black. Every game I play, every map I play, all my vehicles are black. I will edit base game files just to make things black. It's a Steam engine? No way. Oh, it is. Look at that. Fancy. Fancy. I'm gonna jump off the cliff. Hadouken. Wow. That's at least logical. Not at all. I like looking at like the back alleys and stuff, if you can't tell. I like looking at the way Giants decorate stuff. Like, to me, that's interesting. Hi. I just showed up. Is this a thing? Does anyone know? Like, tight corners are highlighted in red so that people know to slow down. Is that a thing? Look at this. Little alleyways to get to the backyards of stuff. That's super cool. Who would think of that? I mean, I guess you're going to get your... Here's another alleyway. Boop. Little shed. There's probably a collectible in this shed. I'm getting stuck. All right, here we go. I love the brick buildings. So they did a really good job with the brick buildings. This is beautiful. But this is not. That sticker doesn't match the bricks that are underneath it. Someone put this sticker that had lines for the sticker to match, and then they rotated it so that it doesn't match anymore. So dumb. Come on. Look at it. Do you see the gray lines? The gray lines are on the sticker to give it the texture as if it was painted over brick. And then someone's like, oh, I didn't like it like sideways, so I'm going to rotate it. And now it doesn't even fit at all. So dumb. It's like, you got to think of the details here. Like the farming simulator one, this one right here is the only one that they actually did the texture so that they did the height maps so that it looks like it's on the brick. This is the only one I've seen. Everything else looks just haphazard, but this one is hilarious. Like, they have the lines on there to make it look 3D, but then they rotated it so it totally doesn't look right. That's good. Good job. They did it with the sheep too. See the sheep? See, this sheep one was done right because it actually meshes with the wall. That one was done right. See, like, some of them are done right, but some of them are just haphazardly bad. Wait, hold on. Yeah, see, these ones were done good. Or done correctly. Your sheep's oot. What is this building? It's a cool looking building. But yeah, they did a really good job with the textures of these buildings. And like the fake the sort of fake graffiti in some places looks good, in other places it looks terrible. I love that they added a mini and they had to put the lizard badge on it, but please, Giants, please give us these as drivable vehicles. Maybe even put a towing hitch on it, because then I would totally farm on that mini. It's much cooler to drive around in town, and more like, can I drive a Land Rover? No. Can I drive a Mini? No. Can I drive the more modern Mini? No. Can I drive a Reliant Robin? No. Can I drive a Jag? No. Like, none of these cars, except for this one, are actual drivable. They're just decoration. Like, you went to all the time and effort to model these things and even get them, set them up with so if AI is in the car, it has an avatar and it looks like it's driving, but you don't put them in game? Come on. Such a waste of effort. Like, you go to all the trouble to add it to the game, but then you don't actually give it to us. Kinlag feed. Cool. We're out at the harbor now, I think. I mean, it looks like a harbor. I don't actually know. I'm just looking around. Nice. Lobster traps. And these are like, I think these are the Euro style crab and lobster traps. If it was in the US, these would be made out of wood. They're different. They're shaped differently. They're more more rectangular in the US. I think that's the US one. I've been watching a guy on Instagram who is the only all electric lobsterman in the world, and he has a lobster boat that's completely electric, solely solar powered and stuff. And he does like 50 miles a day on his all electric lobster boat. And he's on Instagram. He's like 60. It's funny. He's older. I don't know how old he is. Oh wait, this is the thing. Again with this is the spawn. I think this icon is now the spawn area icon. I think. Oh no, this icon is not the spawn area. This icon is the I'm taking in pallets area. So now we have a drop off pallets zone. Did they fix the stupid things yet? Look at the size of these things. I mean, they're freaking huge. Why are they so huge? Obnoxiously big. These are I think these are going to be the crates for the fish. I'm sure someone could tell me. Can I get into this? Sweet. I can get in the forklift there. And this is the drop-off zone for something with the three-dimensional garages that are not real. And we have a dock. And we can jump in the water. I still think the water, they could do better with the water. Can I get out of the water? I might be screwed here, folks. I just jumped in the water, hoping that I'd be able to get out of the water. But it doesn't look like I can get out of the water. Okay. Don't jump in the water because you'll be stuck. Anti-skid coating. Yeah, I'm assuming it's anti-skid coating, but it just feels really big. Like I just feel like they've sized them too big. When I do those triggers, I size them a little bit smaller. I like this. This is cool. It's probably not usable, but you know, these would be like a boat lift kind of thing. This looks like a marketplace sell point or buy point. A boat shop. I can buy a boat. Really? Really? Does this mean that they have figured out how to have multiple vehicle dealers on one map. This like dialogue right here. This is a boat shop. You obviously can buy boats here. Duh. But does this mean that I could set up a cultivator shop and that it could only buy cultivators at the cultivator shop? I wonder. Only 275 grand for a boat. That's not bad. But that's pretty cool. Like a dedicated store trigger for buying one type of vehicle. That's interesting. I think we're going to rename this episode just 00, right? So let's do that. No, I don't have it open anymore. We're going to rename this episode 00 because I'm not going to actually start playing today. I'm having too much fun running around the map. I like how they did this retaining wall with like all the rocks and stuff. What is that, a road up there? Is that what that is? Yes. Nice. Like the curvy road. Oh, the red coating is anti-skid coating. Thank you, Phil. I did not know that. That's very smart. That's kind of like how in the US on some highways they put the really fine, like about an inch gap between the grooves, and the grooves are literally the width of a saw blade in a lot of the more concrete roads to give you grip, horizontal grip, not necessarily forward like stopping grip, but horizontal grip. They do that in California at least, and I've seen it in some other states. It's kind of like that. It's a way of providing grip, but this is also something's very, very unique to the UK. Phil, you're gonna have to explain this to me. What in the hell is up with these zigzaggy lines? Is that just like a no parking zone? Or like, why are the double yellow lines on the side of the road? Does that mean no parking? And then this is like, don't park too close, don't come close to the intersection lines? I really don't know. I'm very curious. Holy crap, that's a big... this is the hill we watched the lady walk up where her feet were sticking in. Okay. Now I know where I am. All right, let's go back to the other part of the map where we were. Boop. Wait, hold on. Is that a pizzeria? A fish food factory. Right, but there's a sign right there next to it that says pizzeria. So there's no pizzeria production. Ah, you can't make a pizzeria and then not give it to me. That's not fair. But I like this extra detail of the all the rocks and stuff. And all the birds flying around at the port. That's pretty cool. And the fishing nets. The blob of fishing nets. And blob of ropes. Well, I wonder if like there's going to be... Ooh. A boat ramp. Oh, that's cool. That looks like a pretty legit boat ramp, too. Nice. And look at all the boats they made. There's like a sport trawler boat and a fishing boat, bunch of fishing boats and a sailboat and then a canoe that isn't even tied up to anything. I like how these boats are just sitting here, but they're not tied up. Like they're just magically staying in place. So apparently it's so calm. The water is so calm here. Oh, that's a cool boat. The water is so calm here, people don't even need to tie their boats up. Okay, here we go. Phil says, it denotes a crossing and no parking. Okay. The double yellow lines are no parking. Double white is no overtaking. Sweet. Thanks, Phil. Why when I'm swimming does it sound like I'm stomping through a puddle? Yeah. I like, you know, this has been, I think, this has been the nicest, most area accurate town that Giants has made. I think I like this town better than Hutan Pantai. And Hutan Pantai's town I like a lot. But I think, actually, you know what? No. I'm going to say this is on par with Hutan Pantai. And I think the only edge this town has over the Hutan Pantai town is this is on multi-level. And I really enjoy the heck? I really enjoy multi-level, like where, yeah, just because it feels more realistic. Not every town is perfectly flat. Boop, 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 boop. I like all the weeds. I can't wait till we get these textures. Some of these are new. Some of these weed textures and stuff are new, and I can't wait till we get them. I like the rocks along the riverbank too. That's cool. They did a good job with that. What is this? Animal dealer? An animal dealer with a very few in a chain link fence around the animal dealer. I can't get in from the backside. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to just get in from the backside, but it looks like it's really well fenced off. Okay. Not a dynamic fill plane. Individual animals. This is Bessie. She should have a number plate and how much she costs. 4 chickens. Another cows. That's cool. I like the animal dealer. I mean, it's not that, I mean, it doesn't have to have a million animals in it, but this is a really big animal dealer without very many animals. So take that as you will. Looking at it, Phil says, looking at it, they have done a good job on it. The is bits I don't like, but there are bits you don't like about it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. This would be a cool trailer to have in the game. Like, I think we need more equipment like this. I know this is just decoration, but we need equipment like this. That's like ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm saying? We need ghetto fabulous equipment. Oh, look. This is that silo thingy from before that was on the farm that was just decoration. But this is the fill station version. That's cool. Hey, Katie. Right?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Grandkid, aren't you?
Yeah, you
Nice to meet you.
followed me. She followed me to Kinglade or whatever. Kincaid. I'm gonna call this map Kincaid from now on. Go here for cows. But the picture of the cow they drew is a very, what I would think of as a normal U.S. dairy cow. How did they figure out the 3-wheel car? I want to know. See the texture of the sign? I think that's cool. I like the texture they added. Precision farming still sucks. I totally gave up on the JCB, by the way. I wasn't liking they have to like wait 30 seconds every time I got in and out. I'm moving around too fast for that. I only have a limited amount of time to do this map tour. I like that. That's cool. I like the different flavors of. I'm sure this has a reason also, Phil, where they highlight the last few spaces up to the stop line. I'm sure that has a reason. It's cool. And look, it's like a mini skip. That's cool. Oh, look at this field. I just want to mow this field. I want to mow the hell out of it. And I want to mow all this. And I want to mow all this. I saw Bruce drive his Skoda up here. Because Bruce is crazy like that. Yep. See? Sightlines. Now I know this is off the map, but it's so far away you almost can't tell. Right? Look at this building. It's pretty well done. And like the ivy sticking off the building is actually somewhat three-dimensional. It looks legit. Boop. Wow. I'm enjoying like this castle thing here. What does it say? On track of the age. Hold on a second. I have to blow it up. Alrighty then. I like this castle thing. Looks cool. I'm already tired of those birds flying over the harbor. I mean, it's cool for about 5 seconds, but I'm already tired of it. It's okay. I'm not going to complain too much. Got some new trees here. That's a new tree. This is a new tree, isn't it? This is an oak, but it's a different looking oak. It looks different than the one we have in the game now. I like the seaside area here. This is nice looking. I love the rocky seaside. It feels more it feels legit for the where I would suppose this is made about. Even though I've only been to England once, England and Scotland once, this feels like it should. It feels like it looks like it should. This kind of rocky shoreline. Ooh, I like the little... These little loopity-loops or whatever of seaweed. That's kind of cool. Isn't this boat right here? Isn't this the same boat that was in the harbor? I think they used the same model again. Traction. I can't believe they got all the trouble of making a landy and they don't give us a landy. Come on. Giants. What a waste of effort to make a mini and a Reliant Robin and a landy and a jag. Or is this a jag? It's totally a jag. No, that's what is that? That's not a jag. That's a I know what car that is, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Milling. Oh, nice milling plant. I like this. And they have painted lines on the ground to tell you which direction you're supposed to go. I like this dump grate. This is a new dump grate. MG, thank you. My mom used to have one of those cars when she was like in college or something. I like the new dump grate. This is a nice looking dump grate. I like the rusty nature of that new dump grate. And this is like a cool, this feels like a more US style mill, but I like it. It looks good. It's fancy and it connects to the train system and whatnot. They did a pretty good job on that. I like the look of that. I like the pipes half buried in the ground too. One thing I've noticed, and I've noticed that with a lot of these buildings, and this is one thing that Giants has been doing more of, and they're doing a good job of it, is there are a lot more buildings that are not perfectly on 90-degree angles on this map than they have on other maps. If you look at the overhead view of like Riverbend Springs or of Elm Creek, every single building on the entire map is on a 90-degree corner. They're never askew. They're never at an angle. They're always at 90 degrees. And of course you can see a lot of them are still at 90 degrees, but there's a lot more that are just slightly off on this map. Like the whole town is off. right? But this building, this part of this thing is on the 90 degree. And that doesn't really mean anything other than I noticed it. And there's an awful lot of, what's it called? Propane tanks standing out front here. I want this trailer. I want this trailer as a real trailer. That's an awesome looking trailer. Somebody get that trailer for me. Unless I have to do it myself. I'll do it myself if I have to. I'm not scared. Ooh, I like the short walls too. Were these in the fence thing? B for destruction mode. Do I own everything? No, I don't. If we go into... No. Where is it? I always forget where the fences are. Is this the short one? Oh, this is the short one. So this is the short one, and this is the tall one that's up by our farm. That's cool. I like how they did the stone walls around the farms. I think they did a good job. I'm glad they used fences and not like Oxy did on Calmsden, where it was actually not a fence. It was just a big object you could never get rid of. I like how they did it with fences. And if you really don't like them, you can delete them when you buy the farm. That's fine. Can I buy this land? Look at that, Giants. Giants, good job. I'm so proud of you. So sarcastic. I'm so proud of you, Giants. You actually made the field farmland areas so you could actually buy the grass and actually mow the grass that you put on the map. Good job, Giants. I'm so proud of you. You have learned from what it takes. I actually might not need to edit this map. I can't, obviously, because it's DLC, but if this was in the base game, I probably wouldn't have to edit it too much. Can I mow this land too? I think I can. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. And oh my gosh, almost all of it is buyable. Look at that. $470,000. This up here, so we're going into like forestry area, I think. Doop 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 doop. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Can I get to the lighthouse? I bet I can get to the lighthouse. We're taking a detour. You've been building a farm for the last 90 minutes after cruising around in a boat for 45 minutes. Yeah. I'm actually really enjoying this map. I'm surprised, honestly. Now, there are a few things that I know about or I've heard about. I have to test it myself, obviously. Can I go in? No. We can get out to the lighthouse. That's cool. Can I buy the lighthouse? I can't buy the lighthouse. I would totally live out of the lighthouse and then like have to build. I would like to, if I had my way, I would start at the lighthouse, and the lighthouse would be my farm. And then I would have to take a boat. I would have to park my boat right here on the beach. And I have to get in my boat, and I'd have to go across here to a dock and get off my boat. And then I would have to go farming. If I could buy this land and actually use it, I would totally start at the lighthouse. That would be that's like I've wanted a map that you could do that on. I wanted a map that like, where your home is not your farm. And I want to be able to have a home on like a lighthouse island. I think that would be super cool. And then have actually be able to get on a boat and drive somewhere. And then so your farm and your house is separate. I would like that. But if we look at these trees, there's not a lot of trees here, right? But there's a good amount. And if we get into this forest, right? This forest has a significant number of trees, but like trees like this one right here, this 35-meter spruce, which looks fantastic. There's no way this is going to be forestry harvestable unless you're using my edited tree harvester. I'm sure it'll work. But But you can grind it up for wood chips. So to wood chip all these things, just get your industrial sawmill, plop it down right down here in the flat area, something like that. Cut these things down with a chainsaw, drag it over. Bob's your uncle, or just deliver it from here to the sawmill, which I'm sure we'll find at some point. You could totally make as much money as you want by buying this land and cutting it all down. Totally. So yeah, if you want to do some forestry, looks like the map's got a lot of forestry for you. Lots and lots of forestry in big, huge swaths of forestry, right? Like even these fields come with a little bit of forestry in them. Now, if you guys haven't, I haven't seen it yet, but have you guys seen any cheap land? Like inexpensive, I'm starting from scratch and I just need a parking lot kind of land? That's 101, that's 101 grand. It's not bad. 101 grand, that's not bad. 69, 340, but you get this little plot right here you can start off on. So I had an idea. My idea for this map is, with all of the Can You Survive series, I'm trying to play the map for the way it was built, right? To do all the things the map has and do all the special productions that map has. So like on Hutan Pantai, we're doing all the Hutan Pantai stuff. We're growing all of the cabbage and stuff like that so we can make kimchi and yada, yada, yada. And building all the things you need to build. One thing I was thinking of on this map, I was thinking it might be fun to start from 0. Just for giggles. Like $0. But I haven't found a small plot of land that's cheap. Like I want a parking lot. I want to buy like a little, I want to buy like this right here where the store is, or like this little dirt lot here. This one's not bad. 96,000. 118. I haven't found one yet. No, see, they're all expensive. Anyways, I want to buy like a parking lot so I can like I want to start on the lighthouse island. That's what I'll probably do. So I'm probably just going to start on the lighthouse island anyways. I will glitch myself in a house on the lighthouse island, and then I'm just going to fish my way to success. So I'm going to get my fishing rod. I'm going to catch some fish until I have enough money to buy a lawnmower. And then I'm going to use a lawnmower until I have enough money to buy a bigger lawnmower. And go from there, right? Yes. It wouldn't be a Giants map without overly thick fog. For no apparent reason. So happy. Yeah. That was really necessary. Hello. Oh. The fishing, from what I saw on like the preview things, I haven't actually done it yet. This is my first time seeing the map. But the fishing, from what I've seen, looks very much like Stardew Valley mechanics, which I was not very good at. My wife is really good at it, but I'm horrible at it. I don't like the Stardew Valley fishing at all. But it looks like this game is basically using the Stardew Valley fishing mechanics. So, you know, they stole from a good game. Right? I like these barns. All rusty, crappy, decrepit barns. I like them. Oh wait, 71 is buyable. What's 71? That's where I am. Hold on, where's 71? 71. Where's my icon? Here it is. So this plot of land is buyable. 101, okay. So I think this is one of the farms, actually. So this would come with... Oh, this isn't a bad location. It's in a very lowland area. But it's not a bad location. We got a farmhouse. We got a couple sheds. We got what looks like a silo of some kind. Here's the output for the silo and the input. And this building is just the silo complex kind of thing. This door probably doesn't open. We got a bale shed or external storage. That's not a bad little area. And then we got is this an animal barn? I can't tell. Yeah, it's like a cow barn. It opens if you own it. Thank you, Raz. And welcome in. Thanks for being here. Northern Farmstead, welcome in. Thanks for being here. That looks like farm number 2. Is that right? So we have how many farms on here? We have 1. And then farm number 2. And then I'm assuming somewhere down here there's another farm. Maybe 57. Holy crap. I almost got lit up by a train. Whew. Go up to 31. You have 16, 17, 71, and 72. So you're using this area. 16, 17, 71, and 72. That makes sense. That's a good area. And then like Northern Farm Sim, you're over here, right? And that means you also own like this field area, which would be, so like I would start on 72. How much is 72? Like this is just begging to be mowed. And you know me, I just want to mow grass all day long. That's all I want to do. This is just begging to be mowed. You clipped it for me? Thanks, Raz. I honestly didn't see the train until it was almost on top of me, so. This is a nice farm. I like this farm. So when we do play this map, this will have to be one of the farms we play. Obviously, we're going to have to play this farm also. But we'll definitely play this farm. This is a nice area. I like it. It's still, even though it's somewhat flat, it's got good sight lines. Because of the slight slope to the ground. And I really like that. I don't know why I'm always about that. But I think one of the reasons that I lean towards that is because I can't stand all of the super flat US maps that people make, Montana and like all that kind of stuff. Like those super ultra flat maps are just like, bleh. I can't stand them. Bleh. Don't like them at all. Here's a nice little farmhouse area. This actually, this house looks cool. I could see that house working on US style maps too. I like the log pile thing, even though... Why are all the logs cut like that? Is that to prevent splitting? It's kind of weird. What is this? Red beets. There's a significant amount of forestry on this map. Oh, cool. I like this too. That's pretty cool. Totally broken down buildings. That's cool. It fits. Where am I? Up here? Oh my gosh. Seriously? Giants has finally answered my prayers. Like, if you look at the way they've actually edited these farmlands here, right? If you look at the way they're like, they're edge to edge, and for the most part, you can buy everything. Now, the one thing that I wouldn't do that they've done is I wouldn't have the farmlands end on random spaces. I would have them be like, there one farmland here on this side of the road, one farmland here on this side of the road, one farmland in this little section here, one farmland in this section here. Like, I would actually follow the roads, the contours of the roads. But still, that said, you can still buy everything. And even stuff like this one right here, 76. I'm going to jump across the hill to 76. This super steep hill, which normally giants would be like, why would anyone ever want to mow this thing? But this thing, this area up here is like perfect for like my stupid mower that I like. What is it called? Like the bream. Oh, dang it. I totally tabbed. Where was I? I don't remember where I was. 60? Was I at 60? No, I hadn't even gotten there yet. Oh my gosh, there's so much more to this map that I'm not seeing. Like, this thing right here makes me think of this mower that I love. I don't get me wrong, I love my Batwing, but I like this thing even better. Because it's designed to go on big steep hills like this, right? That's very much a you know, Austria, Norway, Finland kind of like cut on steep hills, right? This is my version of that mower, the Alpine mower, right? I love this thing. I also especially love that you can drive on it. It doesn't turn very well, especially on hills, but it's tons of fun. I love this mower. Anyways, this kind of land here, this field, normally giants wouldn't let you buy it. They wouldn't want you to because it's too steep. Yes, I have Northern Farm. I've watched hundreds of hours of people using those mowers. Like, those mowers are like, that mower is like a retirement dream for me. Like, I want to like retire in a place like Norway and just be able to use those mowers all day long. You don't even have to pay me. I'll just do it for fun. But like normally giants wouldn't let you buy this kind of stuff, right? They just wouldn't let you buy it. Like there's barely even access to the grass. But look at the sight lines. Dang. Maybe I start up here. Like when I started playing Hutan Pantai, I had to edit the hell out of that map just to make it usable. But this map is like built for me, and they've set it up for me already. It's nice of them. We have a sell point up here for building a castle. Okay, so we have to fix the castle by delivering stuff up here. But can I buy the land? No, I can't. I can't buy the land. I can't buy this little turnout out here either. Where's that? I'm just jumping. But I would mow the heck out of this hill. Totally. I would set this parking lot. I would just use this parking lot as like my home base if I could. And of course you can't because giants. They don't think about things like that like I do. But if you buy this, like up here. Oh, there's another farm up here. That's what you were saying. 31, right? Raz was telling me to go up here. Was he saying 31? Yeah, go up to 31. Okay, I'm going. Reliant Robin. Yeah. Ooh. Are these all grass fields? Of course they're grass fields. I think this is where I start playing the game. All the way up here. When I start playing this map, I'm totally starting up here. I am totally starting up here. And then, oh, that's perfect. Raz, you know me too well, honestly. Like, start the game buying, like I start by like these first two. 75 is the first thing I buy, right? Or something up here, something else up here, maybe 34. Noah, I can live in Noah's backyard. But like buy 75 and then cut down the forest. 63 has a functional shed. Oh, really? Let's go there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw this when Bruce was doing his tour. Yeah, you can totally start here and just cut down the forest. Like, this is where I build my lumber mill, and then I cut down the forest, and then I use the money from that to go with other places. But the problem is, it's not really a problem, it's just a, concept. This is $429,000. Like, I can't make $429,000 fishing. I gotta do something. I think I did hear that there is a steep, where is it? I think I heard about this. This is something I heard about. So coal, if you buy pallets at the coal mine, and which I don't even know where that is yet, so whatever. And then I'm assuming there's a coal production where you can sell coal. Son of a... There's not even enough time to tour this map because it's so epic. We haven't even gotten to this area down here. We'll get there. Okay, let me finish. Yes. This area up here, 75, with these super hills and this like steep hill, like lots of open grassland. This is like heart you, Raz, for finding this for me. Because this is what I would totally start on. And there's some flat spots up here. If you go up here towards the road on 75, there's some flat spots here, right in this area where you could totally build a farm and then just use this farmhouse right here and put a doormat on it. Call it a day. Right? And then you could own this whole area up here. And you could use these fields for whatever you want. Right? And there's a few little farmhouses. You could live on one of these other smaller farmhouses if you want to start a different field. Right? This probably has some sheds. If you buy these, I'm sure you could open them. Right? Because this is the same shed as the main farm with the little workshop inside. So this is definitely one you can open. These are nice, relatively flat fields up here. But you're at the top of a hill. That's so super cool. I'm totally going to enjoy playing this when we get to it. I don't know if I'm going to play it right away. I'm probably going to wait for them to update it. Wait for Giants to update it at least once. I'm sure there's bugs. I'm sure there's problems. Wait, isn't Noah the guy for the sawmill? Hey, Noah.
I don't know you. My hair is red. I like it.
Okay, shut up. I got tired of talking to him already. So the question is now, we're at the top of the hill. We kind of ran around this area here. What's at the bottom of the hill? So we're going to figure that out in a minute. I love these like top of the hill kind of fields. When I make a map, I want to make a map like this that has these kind of like dynamic terrains, multiple levels and stuff. Like that to me is exciting. That to me is fun. Okay, here's the coal plant. And I think you just buy coal here. Buy 1470. Okay, so we buy coal at the coal plant. Okay, where am I? I'm right here. We bought coal. There's castle. Quarry. Spinnery. Stonemason. Does the stonemason take coal? There's a sawmill. Why is the sawmill down here? It's so far away. Come on, I'm trying to jump the fence. Let me jump the fence, please. But you could get like a pickup truck and start delivering coal. Boop. I wonder if you could take coal and... Wait, what is coal? Hold on. I just thought of it. Coal blast furnace. So you buy it at the coal mine and you sell it at the coal blast furnace. And there's also a selling station for it. but there's no real use for it. So yeah, it would just be fun to just like, you could use that $300 difference in the coal, drive up to the top of the hill, buy some coal, drive down the bottom of the hill, and you'd make yourself $300 per pallet for delivering coal from one point to the other, right? It'd be a quick, it'd be a nice way to make some money early on, especially with auto load. Oh my gosh, is this hill buyable? I am so gonna reuse that mower again. I'm sorry, guys. I know that I've been using that for everything, but this map is asking for it. This map is asking for me to use that mower for everything. Look at this. It's just asking for it. Maybe do baby bales and just, or just like you do round bales and let them just fall down the hill. There's a lot of forestry on this map, I'm realizing. Okay, so we have another town over here, and I'm missing the town because I'm running through a field. Hold on. I'm gonna go back, start at the beginning of the town, which is somewhere around here. Okay, it's really far back here. Sorry. BGA. They just use the same damn BGA again. Come on, Giants. Giants, seriously, you need to start actually making custom BGAs. Stop reusing that same damn asset you've been using since 19. Serious nice. This is a production facility of some kind. Spinnery. This color is very UK, honestly. You only see colors like that in the UK. In the US, that would be more of a like a rich green, but in the UK, they'll do that kind of pale craziness. I love all the different buildings. It's not just the same building over and over. There's lots of different buildings and lots of different colors on the buildings. But this is still not good enough for me. That looks like a sticker. It doesn't look like it fits on the texture of the building. So you could do better. I like the city bus. That's cool looking. What is this? That looks like the front of a tractor. It's like the front of a tractor repurposed into like a diesel generator or something like that, or a generator for... That seems dangerous to have your propane tank in your backyard. But whatever. Little touches like this are good, right? Broken stone wall, little things around the stone wall. Like I like those like little touches. That's what makes these maps for me. That's what makes any map for me, honestly. The little touches that map makers spend time on is what makes it. And not only that, like this grass. Here's a good example. This grass is what makes this map special to me. It's because this is just multiple different heights of the meadow grass, from what I can tell. And the fact that they took the time to paint it in where there's longer pieces and shorter pieces, and it's not just all blah, that makes the map for me. In all honesty, that's what makes it. Because it's not just meadow from as far as your eye can see. It's got some feeling to it. Right? It's an oil tank. Oh, oil tank? These are oil? Heating oil, I'm assuming? Yeah. Yeah, we can't Northern Farm Sim until I figure out how to get it off there. Stonemason. You probably need the stonemason to start building the castle. This is the edge of the map, which is pretty well done. And we're now on the edge of the map. The forests are good. I like the spacing of the forest is not bad. There's not a ton of trees, but a lot of the trees on this map are huge. A lot of the trees on this map are huge. They're going to be really good money makers. Yeah, best forests yet. I also like how they didn't try to add in, like, these are just big forests, right? If you look at it, it's a big forest. It's also very textured ground, right? But I also like that they didn't try to put in all kinds of scraggly little trees that are annoying. They just put lots of big trees. And the ground cover and the varied nature of the ground and the big trees, I like. Construction site. Plot ownership acquired. Farmland 60. And I get to build a wood mill. How much does 60 cost? 470. So this is one of the construction projects. You buy this. But honestly, this is an easy buy. Because $460,000 to buy this plot of land. You get all of this grass. You mow that grass once, turn it into silage, and sell it, and you make back your money. I mean, it's going to be a pain in the ass to mow, so you better get yourself a alpine mower or maybe a batwing and an alpine tractor. I mean, the batwing would work really good on this area. Hint, hint. Use my mods. But don't forget to rate them 5 stars on ModHub. But I mean, you make back your money right away, especially in easy mode. But even in hard mode, you still make it back in 2 cuttings. Yeah, I don't feel like there would be graffiti, as much graffiti like this in real life. I honestly think the Giants got confused. Is in a rural town, you would not have graffiti. It would be cleaned off right away. I can imagine in like downtown in London or something like that, or in like, certain parts of the UK, there's probably areas of the cities that have lots of graffiti, but in a rural town, I don't think you'd have graffiti that would stay. You'd have graffiti that would, oh, this is the onions. Huh, look at that. You'd have graffiti that someone would get cleaned up. Someone definitely got asset happy. Whatever. To each their own, I don't care. I don't mind it. I don't care. Did I look at this yet? What is this? Oh, this is a sawmill. Let's go look at the sawmill. I got 15 minutes. Yeah, it would be a cleanup process. For that matter, if Giants had been smart, they could have added graffiti removal as a task. And if you went around town and you clicked on all the graffiti to remove it, you could get an achievement or something. Anyways, this is a sawmill. Nice, simple sawmill. Drive-through drop-off right here. Another drop-off. What? Hold on. Oh, this is the sell point for wood? What's this? Oh, maybe this is the spawn point for pallets? It's probably the spawn point for pallets. Sawmill costs you 300 grand. Easy. You're going to have to drive up and down these mountain roads. So if you buy, like, where we're talking about over here, you're going to have to drive all the way down here to here and then come in over here. Like, it's like a long drive to drop off your wood. I would just use the industrial sawmill and just set it on delivery. But like stuff like this, it looks like it's faded and worn away. I don't think people would leave that. I think it's a little overkill. I would have been happy with seeing it a couple times, maybe on some of the ruins, and that's it. But we've seen this same tag like a dozen times in this tour, and that's a little bit overkill, honestly. Anyways, and that's the sawmill, and that's kind of it. That's the rest of the map. We've gone all the way around the map. The rivers are nice. From what I've heard with the fishing, how do you do the fishing? I gotta do fishing once, right? What the hell? By holding and releasing the input, you can move the hook up and down. Okay, thank you. This is totally Stardew Valley's fishing logic. Except it's backwards. Stardew Valley started at the top and moved to the bottom. See, I'm really horrible at it. Well done. I caught a trout. Sell for $100. Release. Sell. I got $100. Yay. Okay. That was fun. Not. And then we're back on our farm. Our farms are up there on the top of the hill. So that's kind of the whole map, I think. Oh, wait. This straight ahead, I don't think I saw. This is not our farm. This looks like a third farm. So this is not the starter farm. This is a different farm. Ooh. I like the look of this farm. This is even more run down and dilapidated than the other farms. I like the look of this farm. How much is this farm? This one looks nice. 196. That's not something. For catching valuable fish? Interesting. I like this farm. It's a little farm. It's like a starter farm. It comes with 57. So if we go up the hill, it comes with this forest, right? Which has a little bit of grass in the forest that you can cut. But mostly it's coming with this hillside, which does have grass in it. So you could make some money off the grass after you cut down all the trees. So yeah. You could even mow around. Like, honestly, these trees are nice enough on these forests because you could actually just mow in between the trees and just leave all the trees up as like a starter farm. And the trees are spaced enough apart so you could potentially just mow everything. And not only that, you have enough space in between the trees to even get the batwing through. Like, the batwing would work great in here. And if the exact existing logic works still here, I'd have to test it. But on a lot of maps, if you mow with the brush hog through an area of forest like this right here, when it grows back, it actually grows back as grass. We should actually test that. Let's test that just for fun. We'll test one thing while we're here. Let's buy this. Shut up. Added some money. Where's JCB? Let's buy the Batwing. I don't want to deal with anyone else's mower to try to see if anyone else's mower. I'm just going to deal with mine. And let's try the Batwing to where I think the store is. Yep, right here. Tag. And how do we get there? Okay. Actually, I have easy dev turned on. I keep forgetting that I have easy devs on because I'm so used to using like the regular key commands. I forget that I have easy dev on. And then of course, we didn't check it out here, but we can also, there's also lots of fun stuff like the fish farms and stuff to check out while we're playing this map. There's a lot of new stuff to check out. The onions, I'll have to edit my harvester thing to work with the onions. The 4-wheel steering's driving me crazy. No, well, that's not the right one. And I didn't even see this bridge. I totally missed the huge train bridge. That looks fancy. That reminds me of Castle Mo from MA7. All right, we're gonna test that one thing. Yeah, kind of the Hardworks. It's kind of like the Hardworks Express too. Hey, nice. The this is a nice dealership. I like it. Kilted Pistons. Boopity boop. Okay. Which land did we buy? We bought 52, didn't we? 57. We bought it, didn't we? Yes. Let's buy 58 too while we're at it. Yes. And... nope, wrong button. We're going to try this farm out. And layer 0. I don't need layer 0. Layer... no, 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 no. God, I hate that mode. And so we're going to prove a point, right? And we're turned back on 4-wheel steering because we're mowing. There we go. And we're going to turn it to brush hog mode. Right? And we're going to mow and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Giants just ruined it for me. Why does the grass show up brown when you mow it? Totally ruined it for me. Oh, wow. This JCB doesn't have enough power to pull the Batwing. Wow. That's interesting. I mean, it does, but it's not very well. So when you go through this area of forest in mulcher mode, now I'm going to speed up time and to get to the next day. So all of this is not, this should be meadow, not grass. But the question is will the game turn it into meadow on the forest floor? Because for a lot of maps, that's what happens. If you mow the forest floor, you brush hog it, it'll turn into meadow after the first time you mow it. So even though you're not getting very much grass the first time, it would turn this whole forest into meadow. So if that's the case, this would be a smart buy. And see, the Batwing pretty much fits between, look at that. It just fits between the trees. Perfect mower for this area. Especially considering this is a stump grinder too. Uh-oh. It's getting dark real quick. This JCB does not like pulling this Batwing up this steep hill. Have a good one, Raznak. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for coming by. Hope you have a good night. All right, let's see if this worked. And then I'm going to have to call it because we're done. So this is my test. This is my one test. This is what I care about. Can you cut in between the trees and have it grow back as grass? All right. Okay. 23. Okay, here we go. It's the next day. And let's watch it grow. Boop. Okay, it grew. And look, see? See? Even in between the trees, anywhere that the brush hog touched, like this area, this pass right through here was almost all like sticks and stones and brush. So anywhere where there's undergrowth, it turns it into grass. Right? Hey, Chaser, welcome in. Anywhere where you brush hog, it turns it into grass. So even though there's lots of trees here, you could still actually just brush hog everything, collect the grass, and then even as you slowly get rid of the trees, you will have plenty of grass to mow pretty much automatically from what was there before, right? So it's almost daytime. We'll see it better in like 2 minutes. Come on. Come on. Daytime. Daytime. Here we go. So as you can see, the areas under the trees here where I mowed, you can actually see the swath where I mowed turned into grass. Now it's obviously not everything because not all of the things had underbrush, but any of the underbrush, all of this stuff will turn into meadow when you mow it once, which makes this a good buy on this little farm if you're willing to start off by doing a little bit of forestry and mowing, right? I think so. I haven't found any other good deals. And you get all the way up to the road, and then on the other side, 54. Is that a shed? What's on 54? I'm just gonna jump to 54. I didn't really visit this stuff, but I'm gonna jump here anyways. Oh no, it's not a shed. It's a dilapidated building. So not usable. Some stumps to grind, but you could use the batwing to grind the stumps. There's the train again. So there's actually a lot of like dilapidated buildings around this map. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But let's think here. So high level, we're going to finish it off now. High level, we got one farm there. We got another like intro starter farm here. We got this area up here for the windmill where you could place some stuff. It's already getting dark because I still have the time going fast. And then you have this other kind of not a farm, but you could totally make a farm up in this area and be able to mow all of this grass. And for me, this is the part that I love. All of these hillsides, all of these hillside mowing and stuff like that, batwing or the Brielmeyer, I would have a ton of fun mowing this stuff. And I think that's a good way to start. Looks like there's a little trash area right here. We didn't look at this area right here, but like these forest areas are really nice. They got a lot of cool stuff going on. Overall, I'm surprised. I am pleasantly surprised with this map. I am pleasantly surprised with the detail. I'm pleasantly surprised with the new stuff. I'm pleasantly annoyed by stuff like this, where it's just the same BGA that we've known forever and ever and ever. Who cares? It's a stupid BGA. They need to actually update and use newer models. I'm a little bit bummed that the coal is in stupid pallets. Right? Where's the coal? The coal here. I'm a little bit bummed that you come up here and you buy it in stupid pallets. They have the heap spawner logic. Why can't I buy it in bulk? I want to buy it in bulk and cart it in a trailer. Why not? Make me come all the way up here with a telehandler or something like that to load it. Yeah, whatever. But overall, I'm pleasantly surprised. I will look forward to playing this map. Now, I'm not going to play... So anyone who's been following, I'm not planning on playing this map right away. I'm gonna take a hold. I'm going to wait for Giants to update it at least once. Because I don't want to have to like get into the map and then have them change something. And there's always bugs with new DLC maps. So I'm going to wait for the first update before I come into it. So we're going to continue on our Can You Survive series on Hutan Pantai, and then we'll come here and then we'll decide what to do next. Whether we go to the next DLC map or we go to Riverbend or something like that. We'll probably go to the next DLC map, whatever that is. And then we'll also be playing on Judith Plains. So Hutan Pantai, Judith Plains, I'll probably offset them every once in a while, every other week. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Dust Bunny, Jacer, JC Farms, Lisa. Thank you all for coming in and coming in with the raid. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wranglosaurus Rex, for the raid. I'm sorry we're all streaming at the same time. Sorry, buddy. But that's going to be it for me tonight. I got to go. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for coming along. And would I play it? Yes. This is actually probably, I want to say, top. I would actually say I like this map better than Silver Unforced. And Silver Unforced is probably my #1 Giants map up until now. This map I like better than Silver Unforced. I like this way better than Hutan Pantai. Hutan Pantai is too flat for most of the map for me. This one, it's almost not flat anywhere, and I love that. But until next time, special thank you to all my AI members. You guys keep this channel going. I haven't updated this list in a couple times, but yeah, thank you everyone for helping out this map, donating, memberships. Thank you for the few people earlier on who renewed their membership and did their membership chats. I greatly appreciate all your help. And until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to join me in Discord if you want to ask questions or something. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.